All right, so we have a guest. We
do have a guest.
Harrison H. Smith. He is on Infowars. I am contacting him now as we speak. And I think we have him. Hi, Harrison, you there?
Hello, I am here. Can you hear me?
And I hear you and I see you. You won't be able to see us because
Excellent.
we got our cameras running, but I'm sure you know how all that works. There you are. So first off, I want to apologize. I am the gentleman that called you a Jewy John Oliver.
Yes, I caught that. Thank you. Very insulting to be called a British man. I can't believe you would do such a thing.
I do apologize.
That was the second most insulting thing loaded in that insult.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That might be the most insulting thing I've ever been called. So congratulations. That's you really top notch there. Thanks. But no, thanks for having me on.
No, man, thanks for being on. Look, by the way, I'm sure you heard us say it on our show too. Like we completely understand why we have to hold off a little bit on the Infowars stuff. We get it. I understand that right now Alex is doing everything he can after being deplatformed and stuff. Like again, if you hear our intro, we are fans of Alex Jones.
I was reared on Alex Jones. Like I was, you know what I mean? It's back in the live 365 days where you had to listen to him on a 56K hookup. I listen to Alex, so I of course still support Infowars, even if we goof on him sometimes.
I can tell because the way y'all talk about Infowars is like you somehow know what's going on behind the scenes. Like I can tell y'all are big fans because when you like speculate, like, oh, I bet here's what's going on backstage at Infowars right now. I'm like, how do they know exactly what's going on behind the scenes at Infowars? So I can tell that you guys are fans.
Alex gets a lot of crap, but we always say, like, you can say what you want about Alex, and we might not agree with everything Alex does, but in terms of putting on professional show, like he is on bar. Like the famous video of Owen getting yelled at by Alex, going, "Why aren't you wearing a jacket, Owen?"
This is just amazing, by the way. Well, he wasn't even getting yelled at. I think it was just Owen Schroyer was looking at his phone and going, I'm getting yelled at for not having a jacket. And then we sort of added the hyperbole of him just splashing, spilling his coffee everywhere and being like, why doesn't he have a jacket? We got a major bombing in Austin. This guy doesn't even have a suit jacket in his car. What the hell what kind of hobos are we hiring around here?
Yeah, no, but we did stumble across. How did you find us, by the way, out of curiosity?
I think I found y'all through an Owen Benjamin video that must have been just suggested to me by YouTube or something. But it was the one where y'all were really making fun of Crowder, and so you weren't really going very hard on Owen. Actually, you kept being like, no, we actually, we don't hate Owen. Like, we think he's kind of crazy, but we don't hate him. Yeah. And so I just like y'all's style, y'all's setup. You sort of are bridging the gap between like streaming and terrestrial radio, which I think is just super cool, and like y'all's visual and everything. Yeah. So I was just like laughing my ass off and thought y'all were hilarious. But then, and so I invited y'all on, but I didn't realize how fucking intense this thing was.
It's
like, you guys,
crazy.
Oh my God, I had no idea.
Now Nick DiPaolo's involved. It's a whole thing.
To be fair, I mean, I admit we can be kind of intense, but I don't think that I don't think our intensity is the issue. I think other people in this equation are much more intense than we are.
You feed on each other. It's energy on energy, and it's a downward spiral or an upward spiral, depending on which side you're looking at.
I'm having fun and making money with this. Yeah. So I don't understand. Like, people look, you must be a real loser. And I'm like, my subs and money have tripled at night. Yeah. I'm not complaining.
Right.
But I just wish, other people could have a little fun with it. Like, it's becoming increasingly hard to watch because he is getting a little angry.
Well, Harrison, you said it. We bridged the gap from terrestrial to kind of YouTube streaming, and it's you bust other people's chops that are on the same platform. I mean, Howard Stern did it. You see what other people are doing, and you go back and forth and stuff like that. And what we said was true. We actually at some points do feel bad for what's happening to Owen. Like, I don't think Owen is, in our opinion, is as bad for this thing as Crowder is, for example, because I think one is more meticulously profiting on. We call Crowder like the QVC to boomers. It's like buy your mugs, but the thing is, it's like even if we loved Owen with all our heart, we can't objectively cover somebody screaming that Buzz Aldrin's an asshole and go like, no, it's fine. You know, Buzz Aldrin is an asshole. You know what I mean?
Well, he is an asshole, but he is an asshole that went to the moon.
Right. He is an asshole that went to the moon. That's fair. That is fair. I'll meet you in the middle ground.
An asshole on the moon. No, I mean, I get it, man. It's entirely up to him how he responds. Like, there's going to be cold-hearted bastards on the internet that are going to make fun of you. Like, that's just the way it is. And, like, I get the impulse because, like, even when y'all were showing my so-called debate, which I don't get how anybody doesn't get that wasn't a real, like, I wasn't actually trying to debate him. All these people come up and they're like, wow, you got wrecked in that debate. I'm like, do you really think I was actually trying to, like, disprove his theories in this? Like, I had a whole different thing I was going for. Very frustrating. But yeah, it's sad for me to see because it's like I really like it. I still really like Owen. Like, I got no problems with Owen, but you want to be like, dude, come on, like, just lighten up. It's the banning, man. The banning is just not good. It's not a good tactic. It's not like, I don't know if you've ever been banned. I get pissed off when it's like somebody I hate on Twitter blocking me. I'm still like, well, what the fuck? Fuck you. Like, right? Like, that's a personal thing. So if, like, you really like somebody and they fucking ban you because you're like, hey, you know, are you feeling okay, man? And they ban you, like, yeah, I would probably be like, whoa, fuck this guy. I would probably turn on him. Like, it's not. Yeah. So it's not a good thing that like this is happening, right? Like, I don't know.
No, but I think our thing also, it evolved a little bit because, you know, he was portraying himself, if you watch streams, as a truth seeker. Like, I'm a truth seeker, and I, you know, I'll respect, because we've said this many times. We don't care if people think we didn't go to the moon. We don't care if you think the Earth is flat. That's not what we were covering. We're covering
we're Infowars fans. I believe some crazy shit.
So do I.
But I just don't leave Christmas over it. You know what I mean? Like, right. I just dial it back and go, oh yeah, look, the Super Bowl's on. Hey, listen, dial back the Jew stuff a little bit, okay? The Super Bowl's on.
Yeah, man. You got to do that. But I mean, if you're talking about listening to Alex Jones, like, God, like a
back
decade
in the day,
ago.
yeah.
Like, yeah, right. This is what I want to do with bringing Owen on, is be like, because it's so interesting seeing somebody go through the, like, quote unquote red pilling process, like, live every day. He's talking about, like, what he's learning and stuff, because we all go through this process. You know, for me, it was actually a documentary about why the moon landing was fake that I saw, like, in elementary school, that I was just like, oh my God, nothing is real. You know, so, like, I've had a good 20 years of being like, everything is fake. Nobody can be trusted. Like, question everything. Owen has been like, this has been like a year and a half that he's just been like, had red pills like shoved down his throat. And dude, as hard as that is to, like, deal with for a normal person, like, dude, I have family members and stuff. People get depressed and, like, suicidal when they realize, like, oh my God, I've been, you know, working for the enemy this whole time. Like, that's totally understandable. And then when you're doing it in public, when you're doing it, you know, and people are giving you feedback, it's like an extra level of intensity. But, like, it's also a phase. It can be, at least. Like, I don't know. For me, it was a phase. For most people, I think.
For most people, I agree with you. I think you're right. I think, look, man, and here's the thing. Like, there's other rabbit holes to go down that I think, like, look, I think everybody on this call has gone down the JFK rabbit hole, right? Like, I mean, that's one you go down, and that one has more.
That's an elementary school level conspiracy.
Right.
Because everybody's like, yeah, that is kind of suspect. You know?
But at some point, you got to go, you know what? I'm going to Thanksgiving. I'm not going to bring up John F. Kennedy. You know, I'm not going to bring up the Zapruder film. Like, I'm not, you know. At some point, but, you know, that's what we're seeing. And when we say, like, sometimes we worry, it's like he made himself the truth seeker. And then when the Eric Nimmer stuff came out, the Stolen Valor stuff came out, then you're like, okay, man, but now if you're the truth seeker, you can't close your eyes because he's your friend. You have to go, look, he's my friend, but what he did was wrong. And that's when people started going, hey, man, you know, you're supposed to be, look, we'll follow you with this whole moon thing. We get it. But now when somebody comes up that's actually profiting off of serving when they never served, like, you have to come out and go, look, Nimmer's my friend. He's still going to be my friend. But, you know, what he did was completely wrong, you know? And I think that's where we're off the rails.
You need to have heart with Nimmer, like, have an interview with him, get him to either come clean or explain the differences. Maybe there's some other dude with his name and this is all just a big misunderstanding. Like, that is a potential possibility. I think I haven't really looked into y'all's evidence very much, but, like, you know, talk to him about it, ask him about it. Like, yeah, if you're going to be a truth seeker, you gotta seek the truth, and you can't get hung up on stuff. And I think that's the thing with the moon landing. It's like, dude, you gotta move on from it. Like, that's not the be all end all. And in fact, he almost has the argument backwards, where he's saying, like, oh, you know, Bill Nye is promoting transgenderism and there's pedophiles trying to tell us to fuck kids. And he's like, And most people, 99% of people will see that and be like, yeah, we noticed that.
Yeah, we agree.
Pretty
Of course.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then he's like, oh, but it all rests on the moon landing. And it's like, well, okay, like, what? What does that even mean? Like, why would you?
It's like can we stop trannies from molesting kids without the moon being involved? Like, I'm on board with that. Like,
yeah, we've done a lot of the child, trans,
some crazy shit y'all done,
Viacom, Nickelodeon, a lot of stuff.
Desmond is amazing.
Yeah, and we don't get all
Just
tinfoil
fucked up.
hat about it. We try to flesh out like patterns and things that we found out and actually get people on that have seen stuff and do something, not just babble about, ritualistic, satanic, Luciferian pedophiles, because you lose people. You just go, no, I know this guy raped a kid. We've got this. Let's focus on this, like a prosecutor would. You're like, look, I know we got 13 victims here, but that's 12 stories, and then we got one guy here that we could just get him on the one. So we kind of focus on that. So when you see somebody like you said, it's like, doing all that, and then, hey, let's throw in some moon stuff, and you're like, dude, you fucking had him. You had him on the ropes. Just let it go. End the stream. Tomorrow, start a new stream. And then do the
you know
moon
what?
stuff.
It's like if the guy's about to sign the confession, and then you go, wait a second, you sure you don't want a lawyer?
Yeah.
It's like, what? No, we had him.
We had him. Why did you do that?
Or if you're gonna zero in on the moon, like, keep going, like, like, we know there's secret space programs. We know there's like crazy shit that NASA is doing. Like, you can keep going, and you can be like, all right, first you have to understand the moon landing was fake because you need to understand all these other things. So then if you're laying down the groundwork for a larger debate, that's a different thing. But I mean, I don't know. And I'm here I would like to officially, because I'm here as an ambassador of the Bears. I still consider myself a bear. I know you might be cringing at that. I can't see you right now. You're probably rolling your eyes.
If
I
you
know,
got history with the dude, look, I don't abandon my friends either, but I do try to intervene when they start acting like lunatics.
Yeah, dude, I've tried to talk to him, and that was why I wanted to bring him on too. And I was the only thing that pissed me off about y'all using the clip in Infowars is y'all stopped it right before I made my point.
Oh,
which
sorry.
was I was like, dude, aren't you going a little bit far down the rabbit hole? Haven't you gotten a little bit off track? Aren't you off target? You're off center. It doesn't make any sense for you to be focusing this hard on this when we can, continue on to different other things. At the same time, I also, at that point, was also not aware what a big fucking deal this is and how much shit he was getting for this. I had just seen that he kept talking about the moon, so I was like, this would be funny to bring Owen on and argue about the moon for a little bit. But yeah, it's you can go too far down any particular rabbit hole, and it's just the banning, man. It's the banning that's not helpful. That does make it cult-like, because then you get people that are pissed off and they'll start to fight back, and then you have other people like, oh, ban that guy, we got it, and then you get factions, and then you eliminate. Dude, that's not good. That's just not good. The banning is not good. At the same time, like, it's entirely up to Owen whether this is just a phase and he gets out of it and he gets back on track, or if he succumbs to you guys' prediction and just continues to spiral down it. Like, that's still entirely up to him. So I disagree with y'all on that. It's a foregone conclusion, and I still really like Owen. I also feel a little bit responsible because I'm kind of the reason Owen is involved with Infowars a little bit. So I do feel bad about it. And I've tried to talk to him, but he's a hard man to get in touch with. So
yeah, we found that out through the Crowder thing, that he's not somebody
exactly.
that we. But look,
but the Owen stuff aside, because I want to make the whole thing.
No, of course not. Yeah,
we got Harrison on the phone here. I just want to know, like, you are at Infowars, because we got to get him some.
Of course,
stuff here,
yes,
like the Twitter.
That's why I'm here. Come on, self-promotion.
And how do we find you on Twitter?
Harrison H. Smith is my name on Twitter, and I've worked for Infowars for about 2 years, and just been hosting David Knight show since he had that heart attack. So he'll be back on Tuesday.
Were you working mostly like off camera before David Knight's heart attack?
Yeah, well, I was working kind of as a reporter by that point. I got hired as a video and editor, like a videographer and editor, but then I just started making reports. So.
How is he, by the way? Because I actually like David.
Yeah, I love David.
Because we were saying,
David's the best, man.
Yeah, and is he all right though? He's
good.
He's gonna be he'll be back rocking and rolling.
He will, yeah. He'll be back on Tuesday. His wife just had hip surgery, but that came out well, so that's good. And
he just seemed like the least. Like, I remember making a joke, kind of a lighthearted joke when it happened. Like, of all the people at Infowars to have a heart attack,
he's so calm.
He's the only one there that's just like, "Hi, David Knight. Good to have everybody here." So he reminds you of that really, like, the rare college professor that actually cares.
Yeah.
Like a lot about his students and does like extra long lectures and stuff. Right. He's just that guy that you go, oh, he's such a sweet guy. And I'm like, and Alex is just still plugging away, screaming, throwing papers, jumping around on his desk, punching Gavin in the arm, and fucking they're like rolling around on the floor. And you're like, this guy's a tank. He's going to be around till he's 150.
Oh, dude. Alex used to do punch for punch. People, the whole room would shake. That dude punches somebody.
He's gonna be that guy that takes his shirt off when he's like 70. You want to go outside right now? And you're like, it's like, dude, it's 20 degrees out. It's snowing. I don't care. Let's do it. You're gonna get sick. Get in the house.
Dude, yes. Alex is exactly what you would expect him to be behind the scenes, and David is also exactly what you would expect. Y'all got it exactly right. It's the type of thing where it's like, I love talking to David, and it's like, I just know if I bring something up, like I'm really into history, like American history, world history, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So is David. And so we'll just start talking about history. And instead of working, it's he and I just like talking for an hour about, the founding fathers for a long time, because that's what he's into. But he was trying to come back to work. He came back to work and wasn't feeling well, so he had to go home like the day after the surgery, or 2 days after the surgery.
Comes back with staples in his chest. I'm fine. Let's do it. Yeah. I can do it. I can do it 2 hours.
So Alex is literally like, he's not allowed back in the studio for 4 weeks. Not till February. No. Lock the doors. I'm telling security.
What a hypocrite. Alex would be trying to come back with the fucking IV still in his arm.
He'd be
I got a show to do. 4 p.m. every day. I'm not messing around. What are you doing?
In the hospital having open heart surgery right now.
Pulling tubes out of his nose. Like, no, I'm going to miss the show. Just stay in bed.
You're not using a Chinese stent, are you? Oh man! So now, when David Knight comes back, when are you getting your own permanent show?
Yeah, come on, man.
That's
we
what we need.
We want to promote you, dude.
It's a question I'm asking. No, I don't know. That's up in the air. They've been hitting us really fucking hard. So we're not being able to expand quite as rapidly as we expected to be able to expand. Like I would have had my show before now, except we just had. I shouldn't say it like that. It's more likely I would have before now, but everything's up in the air. I'll probably just go back to doing reports and editing, at least for a little while, which I'm fine with, because it's really fucking hard to do a 3-hour show every day. Y'all know, y'all do it.
Yeah, but we
do 2 shows a day.
Yeah, we do 2 a day. Yeah. You said you're looking to starting your own show though, right? A YouTube show.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna start streaming. Pretty much.
Doesn't Owen do that? Doesn't Owen do the War Room on YouTube? Like, he didn't seem to be banned with Infowars.
No, War Room definitely got banned with Infowars. Yeah. We're definitely not on Twitter or YouTube. I think maybe we still have a Facebook we can get out on.
Well, here's the thing with you guys, though, and this is the thing that I'm sure you guys have seen. Ever since they took Infowars off of YouTube, now every time they're live, there's at least 7 or 10 people streaming it on YouTube. Like, nice. now there's more. Now you guys are on YouTube more. I know it sucks because, look, for a company monetization wise, that's terrible.
You guys were the biggest thing on YouTube.
You were.
Yeah.
You guys were the big, like, there was a time when it was Infowars was the top big dick daddy of YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody, even people that like hate watched Alex Jones were like, I still got to tune in and watch Alex Jones. Like,
but dude, we'd been so crushed and demonetized for like the year and a half before we got kicked off. We were not making any money from YouTube except for, what that generated from ad sales. Jesus. We all of our money comes from the store. Like, that's why we plug so much. That's why we're constantly like, go to the store. You have to support us. Cause like, we don't get advertisement. We don't get YouTube money. We never have really, except, back in the beginning. So, but that's good to hear. I haven't actually seen these live streams. Every time I try to do something, it gets shut down. So that's awesome.
Yeah,
it's good to have the Infowars out there fighting the good fight.
Yeah, there's clips of you. There's clips of Owen. Every day people just throw it up there.
Periscope also, it's everywhere. They really, dude. Even Pornhub. I'm not even kidding you. For real. Like, people do put it out there, and it's one of those things where whenever you try to, you guys, Infowars is so big. Whenever you try to take them down, it's like that. This is the hilarity of that. Alex, for years, since forever, since even Mike was watching back in the day, he's been talking about they're gonna take us down, and everyone's like, shut up, you idiot! They're not gonna take you down. The moment YouTube and Twitter took him down, he proved himself right in everybody's eyes. Everyone called him crazy old man, and then they came and they deplatformed him. They did the thing he's been saying they were gonna do to him.
And I'll admit this, I thought it was a work. I genuinely thought that it was a work and that he'd be back and that this was just a big, and then like after like I think it was like 45 days when we went on the air, Royce was like, so you still think this is a work? And I was like, Jesus, he's through the whole holidays. Like he's just gone. Like they just like at the holidays, they just killed him.
Yep.
Like it was I thought it was I put my tinfoil hat on there for a second and then I was like, oh no, they really fist fucked up poor Alex there.
They really fucked it up. And and that makes sense. And that makes sense that your store, the Infowars store is the one that's producing the most stuff, because at this point, I mean, they've taken everything away. I mean, PayPal too, right? Everything?
Oh yeah, no, PayPal. I mean, they went after our banks, got a couple banks to drop us. I can't even. My fiance was making a like wish list thing for the wedding on Pinterest, and she tried to pin something from the Infowars store, and it wouldn't let her. And like at Infowars, we'll have somebody like trying to buy a element, like a what are they called? Not tutorial, but template, like a template, from one of these websites. And he tries to buy it, and it comes back like, oh, sorry, we refuse to do business with Infowars. We will not be allowing you to license this template. Like, it's fucking I can't have a LinkedIn account. Like, it's crazy, dude. And I mean, the craziest thing is like, you guys always make fun of the people that are like, they're shutting us down. They're blocking us. They're watching us. Like with Alex and with Infowars, it is like the most cyberpunk warfare. Like I'm literally carrying like 6 phones on 6 different accounts, and I'm trying to stream on one until they find it, and then they shut it down. And I have to pull up the other one. We're trying to like coordinate all these things. Like they're literally watching for us and identifying us and eliminating us as soon as they can. And we're making new accounts or having to, fabricate our own video streaming system. Like it's crazy, man. It really is. And you have no idea how much bandwidth costs when you have to stream yourself.
We've looked into it, and when you do the math, it is, especially something as big as Infowars, it is costly when you have to have your own server space. And then here's the problem. Then the next thing they do is that now that you see it, they're going after hosting companies.
Yep.
Yeah, they go after
they actually got ours. We had to switch, yeah.
Yeah, you had to switch.
They're relentless, dude. Like, we're saying something right.
Yeah.
Because they are relentless. And yeah, when you talk about the thing about like proving Alex right, if you look at just normal news now, it looks like Infowars 5 years ago. Like Alex has been calling this shit for decades, and everybody laughs at him until it comes true, and then they forget that he ever said it, and they laugh at what he's currently saying, forgetting that it's going to come true in 5 years. I mean, dude, it's nuts.
So do you guys see a solution to this at all? I mean, you're the most affected organization when it comes to this stuff. Do you guys see any sort of, like, I mean, historically speaking, we suffer and then eventually come up with a solution to something. I mean, not always, but historically speaking, right? When oppression happens, at some point people kind of snap out of it and go, okay, we're acting like pretty stupid here. Do you see us reaching that point? Because this is getting exhausting.
Well, I think it's like what y'all are doing. It's like what you're saying with people uploading streams. I mean, the full force of humanity will not be held back by like a couple limp-wristed faggots in California. Like that's not going to happen. So I think just like more people pushing back and like, dude, people are. I hate using the term red pill. It's just the best term for it. Right. Like people are understanding the reality of the situation at a faster and faster rate and realize that it's wrong. They're going out of their way to try to circumvent stuff. I don't know if there's like one singular solution, because I definitely don't want the fucking government regulating the internet and deciding what's good and what's bad. Like that's the last thing I want, but they're the only ones more powerful than these tech companies. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe the solution is teams of small, lightly armed men going around and tearing up fiber cables just out of a sheer act of rage. I'm not endorsing that, but hey, that might be something that that someone wants to do.
You're 100% correct though. It's this is coming from, I think Mike and I would both say, back 2012, we were Ron Paul libertarians. We were like, free market. But back then, and our friend, I got to get Frank L.A. Werewolf, I think is the one that brought this up, and a few other people have brought this up, which is back when we were thinking that we thought these companies were only out to make a profit, but now they're not. Now YouTube, Google takes a bath with YouTube. They lose money with
and
YouTube.
Now it's an agenda.
Now it's an agenda. So, the last thing you want to do, you start going, wait a second, this whole, let people do what they want to do, man, is why they're killing actual babies in New York now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That libertarian mindset, which we all had, thinking, we can't have that. We don't deserve it. We're killing, we're killing babies now. You know what I mean? And it's like, enough. You had freedom. You don't deserve it anymore. And these tech companies, back in the day, the left were always the one going, corporations, man. And now these corporations are completely capitulating to them, making a fortune off of them and controlling everything anybody says. I think an internet bill of rights is the only way at this point. I truly believe that.
That's exactly right, and this is the problem with the fucking conservatives, the fucking neocon jackasses are just ceding that whole ground. Now the liberals are coming, we needed a internet bill of rights. It's like, why are these the assholes who are actually looking out for us? Where is the government on this? Like, where are our guys on this who are exercising governmental power, which is the only power more powerful than these? Like, that is, even if you're like I am libertarian, and there are appropriate exercises of governmental power, and it is to protect individuals or protect the weaker people from the stronger people abusing them. Like, that is an appropriate application of power. So that is where it should be used. It's you said something else too. You said I forgot, the internet bill of rights got me off track.
It happens. But, it's the equivalent of back in the days, the First Amendment. Yeah, I know you have the free speech, but we're going to come in and we're going to take your printing press. It's like, well, wait a second.
Well, that also leads me to ask, do you have because me, I obviously catch bands pretty semi-regularly. So do other people I know. You guys are obviously getting stomped into the dirt. Don't you find yourself, at least I do, I find myself very wary of any so-called right-wing or conservative folks or nationalists with blue check marks who don't ever seem to go with any sort of peddling. You got a lot of, Cernoviches and Cassandra Fairbankses and all these other Posobiec's.
Charlie Kirk.
That just can kind of, operate without any, with complete impunity.
Right.
And whenever they do catch a 12-hour ban, it seems so set up and like, oh my God. And they, 50 blogs are ready to roll out articles about the oppression and they get more followers. Like, don't you see, I just feel mistrustful. Do you at all with all these blue checkmarky people that have, just like Infowars, covered things like, the human trafficking and, things that you guys have gotten popped on, they seem to just, get away with it.
Well, it's because Alex Jones is like a figurehead. He's like a symbol. Like, they need to destroy him as a symbol of America that they're trying to destroy. I don't see too much. I don't know. I don't really see a conspiracy there, because those people tend to play the game the way that it's wanted to be played, right? Like, they're not going to say anything, and that's really ban-worthy. They tend to walk that line, and
so they're full of shit. Okay, I got you. I'll say full of shit.
They know how to play the game. You got to kind of play
full
the game.
Shit, I got it. Donate to Heather Heyer, folks.
Yeah, that was Jesus. So. First, what do you think about Rogan? And I'm sure you heard about Rogan saying, "I can't have Alex on the show, man."
Oh, I hate this topic.
Yeah, I know, but we had to bring it up.
I hate. This made me hate Joe Rogan. This made me hate Joe Rogan. By the way, I want you to know, sir, we picked your boss over Joe Rogan. The moment he did that, we're like, we're Team Alex. We have to.
Yeah. So yeah, Joe Rogan says I can't have him on because of something that he said in 2006, I believe.
Oh, dude, so fucking stupid. But I'll tell you,
12 year.
The only other person I can think of that stood with Alex and not Joe is Owen Benjamin. So I gotta give him props. Like that's why I like Owen, just because when that happened, I really appreciate the fact that this dude who really likes Joe Rogan, on a dime, was like, fuck that guy for not standing with Alex, even though he barely knew Alex at that point. So
well, I mean,
that was good.
comparing Joe Rogan to Owen Benjamin is like comparing
Joe Rogan to Owen Benjamin.
John Cena to Callisto.
Yeah,
John Cena. Yeah, it's great you got Callisto in your stable, but
no, but I hear, but you're right though, and it's
he's got loyalty. He's got loyalty. I'm just saying. Since you brought it up, you brought up Joe Rogan. I wasn't gonna say that, but dude, I don't give a fuck about Joe Rogan. I've never understood what the fascination is with you. He seems just like a really dumb person. I just want to pull my hair out when I watch Joe
I'll
Rogan.
tell you, did you saw his Instagram post? He posted that he has a 127 IQ.
Yeah, and you sound like a guy who's never really tried DMT. So what do you really know
dude.
about the universe?
Yeah, man. Have you ever
down here on Earth, man?
Have you ever taken mushrooms and sat in a salt tank for 3 hours?
Yes.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it makes you so deep.
No, but it's true. It's and I kind of feel like, again, I don't know if it's somebody, because people go, someone controlling Rogan, or it might be what you were saying earlier, that Rogan is now Mr. Playing the Game. Because if you listen to old Rogan was a conspiracy nut. He was Mr. We didn't go to the moon before Owen Benjamin was. He was, everything was a conspiracy. He believed in aliens and all that stuff. And now that he's Mr., top guy on YouTube, now he's like, well, no, I can't have him on because of a pending. That's the weird. His reasoning was because there's a pending lawsuit. So what?
He's had Anthony Cumia on.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's he's
had Mike Tyson, a convicted rapist, on.
He's had a lot of questionable folks on. He's got the comedians he has, his LA buddies. A lot of those guys are complete degenerates, and I know because I did comedy. I know the stories that come out of LA.
Yeah,
and a lot of what Owen says, to his credit, is true about the LA comedy scene.
They're
true. Degenerates. Joe Rogan doesn't have any consistency, and I can't have Alex Jones on. You can't have the guy who, when he came on, it was like the World Series for Joe Rogan's ratings. Having Alex, every time he comes on, people call out of work to go like, yeah, dude, Alex Jones, I'm going to smoke some weed and watch Alex Jones on Joe Rogan today.
Just let Alex Jones fucking blow my mind.
Yeah, and when has Alex Jones ever said, grab some guns, go to D.C., let's do some shit, let's harm some people, let's mail some nail bombs? Like, no, Alex Jones does what he does, and it's like Harrison's saying, they crushed him because, dude, everybody loved him. Right-wingers loved him. Conspiracy people loved him. Shit posters loved him.
Tense, like the man doesn't exist anymore.
Well, I just mean on YouTube and on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in general, like retweeting him, they didn't like that because everyone on those platforms was like, even shit posters who were sort of neutral were like, you got to love Uncle Alex. Give him a retweet.
But also, you know that they destroy the good people, right? They destroy the people that are actually leading everyone the right direction. If Alex were to be like, grab your guns, we're going to go to DC, we're going to destroy him, they'd probably leave him alone because that's how they want it to be portrayed. Since Alex is like, I love everyone, I'm not a racist, I just want freedom and I want you to be free as well. Yeah. And like, we'll protect ourselves, but we'll never go out and hurt anybody. Like, that's why they hate him, is because he doesn't fit the stereotype that they're trying to stick him with. And with Joe Rogan, I mean, you're basically left with two options. Either he's just so dumb and like simple-minded, which we know he's not because of his past, so this kind of eliminates this. But this is one of the options, is that Joe Rogan buys into it and like read some story about Sandy Hook and read about a Sandy Hook parent, blaming Alex for everything, and he was like, oh man, that's just awful, and I wish I could have Alex on, but I just can't. I don't think that's it. So the only other option is he's just like, yeah, Alex is too hot to handle. Either somebody told him or he just knew like, hey, I'm doing something pretty good here. I don't want to mess it up by bringing Alex on. So yeah, so those are the only two options as far as I'm concerned. And the first one's not very likely, so he's probably just a cuck. That's mine.
Yeah, but you think he was told by YouTube?
Somebody told, like, Joe Rogan didn't come. Look, Joe Rogan, no, I like Joe Rogan. I don't hate the man, but he doesn't have a whole lot going on up there. I don't think Joe Rogan arrived at this conclusion of, I can't have Alex Jones on because of some Sandy Hook bullshit. Somebody was like, it's not a good idea for you, Joe, if you have him on, was probably, it wasn't like, don't have Alex Jones on, but a couple of people in that little intellectual dark web came up to him and were like, look, man, it's probably, Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson at their little steak dinners, probably eating all meat, going, hey, listen, it's probably really problematic if you have him on again, okay? Alex is in that case, and you know it. And fucking, yeah, you shouldn't have him on. I only eat meat. Like, you know what I mean? And then Joe was like, yeah, man, Joe's a guy of 2 or 3 more people at dinner go,
Peterson.
Yeah, that's not good. He's going to go, yeah, you know what? Fuck that guy. Fuck Alex Jones. Like, he seems like a guy you could probably get to just cut somebody out of his life easily.
Can you imagine that intellectual dark web, how boring that dinner must have been?
Dave Rubin's trying to suck everybody's cock. Just making everybody all awkward. No, it's cool. Me and my husband have an arrangement.
What are you doing down there?
Rubin, get out from under there. We told you. Get out. Get out.
Oh, we're gonna kill this poor guy's whole.
I know.
Fucking
Sorry, we're
trajectory.
kidding. We're joking. What are they gonna do? Kick him off of YouTube?
That's the thing. I thought about that, and I was like, oh man, these guys fucking push shit pretty far. They say some shit that I'm not sure I want to be associated with, and I'm like, but then again, I work for Infowars.
So what are you gonna do?
What the fuck else are they gonna do to me?
No, but you go ahead. Sorry.
No, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I used to like all that. Like, I used to watch. I found out about Owen because I watched Crowder back in the day. Now I can't stand watching his show.
Same.
Like Dave Rubin, was a breath of fresh air when he left the Young Turks and whatever. And like Jordan B. Peterson, I just sort of like roll my eyes because I know all of it. But like my fiance's listening to it and she's just like, oh my God, I can't believe what this guy's saying. So I'm like, all right, well, you listen to that for a little while and then I'll tell you what's really going on. But I'll go ahead and get the groundwork going for a little bit and then I'll bring you to the next level. So it's like I have, I don't want to bash these guys. At the same time, like this whole like, oh, if you make fun of someone once, you're fucking the enemy. Or like, I'm sure people are going to be saying that I'm like betraying Owen by coming on this show somehow. But like, I'm letting y'all know I fucking really like Owen. I really care about Owen. And like, I really want him to like get out of this and do well and stop fucking feeding y'all this shit because you guys are cold, heartless bastards. And I'm also not judging you for that. Like, that's fine. That's what you do. You know that.
That's our
and
thing.
so Owen shouldn't fucking take it seriously. I don't know.
Look, man, at the end of the day, we always say this on our show. Like, we do politics and stuff like that, but we just want to be, before anything else, we want to be funny. Like, we just want to tell jokes. We want to be funny. And also, something else, and I know, look, I can't blame you, but the thing is, if we ever did go on your show on Infowars, we wouldn't have to talk about Owen. It's not like that's not that important.
I love to talk about myself, quite frankly.
Yes,
It's
we're
a big thing of mine.
we're narcissists. So
I told you, I invited y'all on before I realized what the whole fucking Owen situation was. I actually, it's the fact that y'all put humor above everything else that I appreciate and that I think is fucking great and like a breath of fresh air that you don't fucking take yourselves too seriously. Like, that's great. So that's what I like about y'all's show. And it was only once I realized, like, oh God, like I don't want to. Landmine. Betraying my friend by bringing y'all on.
No, of course. We look, man. We understand.
We might come off like the bad guys in this situation, but I don't know, Harrison. I don't know if you're a big comic book guy, but I don't know if you remember like the old X-Men cartoon, and every once in a while, like Magneto is usually the bad guy, but then every once in a while, Apocalypse pops up. Suddenly, it's like, all right, Magneto's not such a bad guy. We're like Magneto. When the time comes, we will stand on the right side. But until then, there's no elections going on right now. What are we going to do? We're just mining content. We are heartless in that sense.
It's the same stance I have with any bullying online. It's like there are going to be people out there that are saying shit that you're not going to like. I mean, hell, when I was listening to y'all, my first response would be like, fuck these guys and turn them off. Because you're like, oh, this guy's a terrible host. And I'm like, hey, you know what? They got
wow.
Really that bad?
We were mean. I don't remember.
I don't remember being that mean.
I don't care.
No,
like, I
know.
Don't care.
But by the way, when you sent that DM and I read it to Mike and we were both laughing when you goes, first off, I'm not Jewy John. I was like, all right, you know what? I like this guy. He could take a goddamn joke.
To be fair, though, you have to have your fucking your suit jacket on and your lapel mic, your back's at a fucking 45-degree angle because you're on Infowars and you fucking filling in for a guy. I get it. That's like your gig. I like you now. You're fucking hilarious. He's fucking hilarious now. He's rocking the tracksuit. He's breaking balls. But like, when he's on Infowars, like if I was on Infowars, my show would be like a little stiff too. I'd be like, hi, welcome aboard. Good to have a guest on. I wouldn't want to fuck it up either.
I like that
he's got a sweet gig.
I like that he's dressed like a Russian hitman. I prefer that to the suit.
It's very good.
It is very right there. It is.
You gotta show respect for the audience. You gotta show respect for the fucking studio, the production, the show. I want to put on a good show. I want to get a lot of information out. So I take it a little bit more seriously. It's more fun to do this and have fun and stuff, but nobody's learning anything here.
I would never say we're a channel where people go, wow, I really learned something today. I'm much smarter than I was before when I came in.
The entire audience is like, man, Harrison rules.
Yes, our audience loves you, by the way. You are universal. Well, except for a couple. Really angry bears. You're universally loved.
I love you, bears. I'm a bear. I'm Info Bear. I'm from way back, y'all. I'm on your side. I don't want Owen to fucking succumb to these assholes. Dude, I don't know. Quit just caring what they say, Owen. Come on.
Yeah, that's what it is. We're just idiots. By the way, we are just idiots. Like, that's one of the reasons why we're growing is we're idiots. We acknowledge we're idiots. And people are like, all right, that's refreshing. He's not talking down to us at any point. Like, we're just being stupid. And look, we've met a lot of you and Owen are like the best representation of how things go with people we meet in our travels. We start off goofing on everyone. We
Yes,
just turn
that is
things
true.
over. Like I started off 10 years ago as a roast comedian. That's what I did. So it's like I just always had a Don Rickles-y approach to life. So like that's how I do things. And then like they either go the Owen route where they double down and circle the wagons and go, guys, these people are crazy demon people. And then they feed into us and we go, all right, well now we're all in with this. Or they write us a DM and go, how about I come on your show? I'm the Jewy John Oliver guy. And we go, holy shit. This nigga just came right into our circle and was like, I'll come on. And we're like, well, all right. I guess you are funny. I'll shut up
I felt
now.
bad because I invited y'all, and then like the next day I was like, actually, you guys cannot come on. I'm sorry.
It's still actually way funnier.
No, actually,
it actually worked out way funnier.
So it was funnier because, and by the way, my reply is, yeah, cool, man. We immediately got it because when I read it, I was like, yeah, dude, I understand the position you're in. We 100% understand. Don't get us wrong. We would love to be on Infowars. Like I said, we love Alex. We love everything he's doing over there. But again, we're not gonna put you in a shitty position where you're locked in a room with us going, what are you doing, bud? What are you doing?
No, it wouldn't be Alex. It would be like Owen would. I don't know. I don't want to get this wrong.
No, that's fine. That's fair.
All bullshit. I just want to. But I will say, just in terms of y'all like discovering Owen, it's so funny because I basically, like I said, I saw a little bit of y'all shit. I liked you. I talked to you, whatever. Since then, I've gone back and watched fucking everything y'all have done on
thanks,
Owen.
Man.
And it's hilarious to me because y'all, you actually said it in a stream a couple days ago where you said Owen Benjamin is our moon landing now, and it's like that's actually the perfect way to put it because y'all are falling into the conspiracy thing too.
Of course.
Where like suddenly throwing an empty can at a fence to get your dog to shut up is like evidence of collapsing into madness. It's like, okay,
look, hey, that's fair.
Doing the same thing. You're both doing the same thing. You're finding evidence for what you believe and you're isolating that and ignoring everything else. That's why Owen is in the fucking hole he's in because he's ignoring everything else and he's hyper focused on one thing, to the exclusion of all others. And that's kind of what y'all are doing, So
can I clarify though?
I think it's all very funny.
Can I just separate us in one way though? There is a difference between what Owen Benjamin is doing and what we are doing, and that is one thing.
It's only a matter of degree. That's the only thing. It's a matter of degree.
No, but we're having fun.
That's true. That is accurate. Yeah.
So anything at the end of the day can be justified with, are you obsessed? Dude, I've made more money in the last week than I've made all year doing this.
I'm not
and I've had
you either.
fun.
I'm not blaming you.
Like we're laughing.
I've never not gone to a Christmas get together because someone goes, you have to stop talking about Owen Benjamin. You know what I mean?
we did a lot of Dan Schneider Viacom stuff when nobody was covering it last year.
Yeah.
Before he got fired, we had a big part in how he got fired. We had a lot to do with that. And we worked very hard on that. And that is a good example of when we went down a certain rabbit. Like I was an unpleasant guy last Christmas.
There's nothing inherently bad about rabbit holes. I've been down to many a rabbit hole.
Look,
but the Owen thing's been funny to us. I think it's funny when a guy makes everyone pay to chat in his thing and then calls everyone human shit.
Yeah,
that's funny to me. That's hilarious.
I know the guy, so you guys are cold, stone-hearted bastards. I get that. I'm just kidding. I'll stop.
I like that. Actually, that's a compliment for us. But what I will say is this: is Paul Joseph Watson upset at you because you're overdoing him with more maps behind you than he has?
Yeah, you one-upped him, sir.
You one-upped him, dude.
This shit has the Soviet Union on it. This is the oldest map.
Also, his isn't stained in cigarette smoke.
That's also true.
Yeah. What cigarettes?
Yeah,
no, I heard PJ Dubs
PJ Dubs likes to smoke.
Yeah, he likes to have a cig.
Oh, his. Yeah, his.
That's what I'm saying.
Aren't.
Yours aren't stained. That's the difference.
Yeah. Yes.
Another guy we like Paul Joseph. He's another great guy.
He's another one just always chain smoking in front of an old timey typewriter. Shing, clang, 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 clang.
He's the real deal, man.
Yeah, I like PJ Dubs.
But yeah, man, it's kind of crazy that this Infowars things, what happened with you guys with YouTube and stuff, and I wonder how many more people are going to have to be deplatformed before they finally actually do something about it. I wonder what's going to be the level, because people going, Joe Rogan's next. Joe Rogan's not next. We already figured out he's playing the game. Joe Rogan will be there forever. But their new tactic is they're getting rid of channels that are growing, so they can't even get to the level. Because what happens is when you're a big channel and you get taken down, a lot of these people, they have big fandom, and you go, hey, what are you doing? You can't do that. But the real problem is that I don't think there'll ever be another Infowars because of this. I don't think there'll ever be another something that'll come up from nothing and become this big thing, because they are now squashing them in their infancy. You know, ironically, what they're doing in New York, you know, just killing these babies.
Dude, it's yeah, I agree with you, because the way Infowars came up was such a sort of serendipitous rise, where it's like right behind Rush Limbaugh, reinvigoration of talk radio with the shock jock kind of style, where he could get away with that. He built it up. So it was right, you know, in the right place at the right time to get Donald Trump elected. Then it all came down. So like, yeah, if Infowars goes down, there will not be anything like Infowars again. Not as big as us and not as free as us. And that's one of the coolest things about coming to work at Infowars, because I was such a big Infowars fan for so long, and I would read the threads, you know, calling him a CIA shill or a Mossad agent or whatever, and you know, it was always in the back of my mind. I was kind of like, maybe he is, or you know, is he really making all this money? I can tell you, like, that's been one of the coolest things about working at Infowars, is being like, holy shit, this is all legit, this is all real. And now when people are like, you know, Alex seemed like he was about to say something, but then he looked off screen and it looked like somebody gave him a signal, and then he changed topics. And I'm just like, dude, go into Alex's studio and give him a signal and see what the fuck happens. If you think anybody could dictate what Alex Jones says or covers or does, you are an idiot. The man cannot be contained. He says exactly what he means at all times. So it's very unique. It is fully funded by the people directly to us. And like, I don't know, maybe Dilly can sell enough wooden spoons to get himself to this level, but like,
that's very funny. God damn.
I love this dude.
That Dilly guy, holy crap, man.
I've been enjoying that. No. Although it's so funny, because the thing he said about Trump watching his stream is crazier than anything Owen has ever said.
Yeah.
Agreed. Look, agreed. Listen, I will 100% agree with you. Dilly, to me, there's fire of the 1,000 burning suns inside of me because of him.
No, let me do this. I study these people. These lolcows are my life. This is my blood.
Life's
this
work.
Is what I do.
It's your life's work.
No, it is. Like I am like I have a PhD in lolcows at this point. I'll have my own panel at Oxford someday. But the difference is Dilly's not crazy enough. Dilly is legitimately just a snake oil used car salesman who's telling gullible boomers that the president's watching him because they're stupid and they'll buy his Kafifi coffee. That is I can tell like let's be fair, Owen was a little crazy. He genuinely believes that, like, guys, we have wizards. Like, he's not doing a bit.
He is being genuine.
Dilly's more like, oh my God, guys, say hi to the president. Hey, buy these shitty wooden spoons.
But that's why I think it's worse. That's why I think Dilly's worse. Because
Dilly's worse.
He's preying on a movement. Like people like Dilly and stuff like that. Look, people say what they want about Alex Jones. Alex Jones helped get Trump elected. Whether people want to believe that, he absolutely did. Dilly's going to be the reason Trump's not going to win. Because it's this.
Trust the plan, man. Just trust the plan.
Yeah, dude. The fucking QAnon.
It's hope porn. I've been calling it hope porn
exactly
from day one. It's just stay home, jerk off to hope porn. Don't do it. Like, so nobody can find the nice comfortable between. Hey, let's go to dangerous rallies where we're all a liability and we're all just going to create bad press and rack up felonies. And let's stay at home and do nothing. Like, nobody's doing the shit in the middle, like the hard stuff, like learn how to grow tomatoes or, like, you know what I mean? Get some ammunition and put it in your bed. Like, nobody's doing that stuff. They're just either let's go to rallies and punch college kids in the face, or oh no, Q's got this. You know, John F. Kennedy Jr. lives in a bunker under Trump Tower, and he's just living off fucking Little Debbie snack cakes, chilling, fucking, like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just I hate everybody.
Dude, as soon as Sessions got fired, why did the entire Q trend not just collapse? Like,
exactly. That
crazy shit, man.
That thing was. because we all thought when Sessions was fired, first thing I said to Mike is like, well, I guess Q's over. No, they doubled down. But here's what happens. A lot of these people are making money off of this Q thing, so they can't back down. You know what I mean? There's these bigger streamers now that have
Lionel's making all them big fat fucking Q bucks.
Right.
So you're like, well, I did hear a thing and it got, down the chain, and I don't know, I heard we were going to arrest Hillary and it died on the vine. That's according to my top secret source. Kafifi brand coffee. I want you guys to let's make coffee great again, ladies and gentlemen.
Buy these wooden sorry, go ahead.
And that's why I actually have that's why I actually feel the compulsion to defend Owen, is because if I thought Owen was just putting on a show but I think he's exhibiting somewhat self-destructive behavior that you guys can laugh at, whatever. That's fine. I'm literally, I don't care. That's hilarious. I'll laugh with you when you do it. That's funny. At the same time, it's I'm hearing that my friend fucking left his Christmas dinner to go fucking rant. I'm like, oh shit, I feel bad about that. I'm empathetic for that, and I want to try to help him back. And dude, I know you're not faking this, but you gotta fucking stop banning people, you madman.
Yeah,
anyway,
and it's
he's not faking it. So I
listen,
empathize with him.
We 100% agree. We don't think Owen is faking it, because that's what people go, do you think he's faking it to get money? No, I'm like, no, he's not. How can he be faking this to get money? He's banning people that are giving him money.
Exactly.
So, Dilly's not going to ban anyone that's giving him money. We've said that too. Look, listen, we even said the same thing when Owen started crying at the end of that stream. Mike and I even said at the end of it, I feel bad for him, because it's his biggest enemy's in his own head at this point. And I 100% believe that he believes what he's saying, and that but he's banning people that are giving him money. So this isn't him trying to make money, because if he was trying to make money, anyone who gave I saw him ban someone who gave $100 super chat. You're not gonna ban somebody that gives you $100 on the reg.
Man. If I gave somebody $100 and they banned me, fucking hell, you bet I'd send him candy dicks,
exactly. It's and so 100%. We've never said that we don't think Owen's sincere. We know he's sincere, and again, that's why I think people, in my opinion, like Crowder and people like Dilly are worse. Because they're out there going, if you don't buy these wooden spoons, this guy's gonna have another stroke. And I'm like, what? No, I have to buy these spoons. I don't want him to have a stroke.
Yeah, it's just
but they don't get to make more spoons. It's actually a double. It's actually great.
Perfect.
They'll be blockier and less, shallower. It'll be wonderful.
He's just got to chill out on the claws and take a little break. You know what I mean? Maybe go on a fucking cruise, something like that. Just take a break. The moon is not going anywhere. The Earth is not going to change. Regardless of what shape you think the Earth is, it's not going to change tomorrow. We can get back to all this. But you got to, when we covered the Viacom stuff and all the dirty goings on with Dan Schneider, it became like our great white whale. We were both extremely unpleasant people last Christmas.
Yeah.
But we still didn't I wasn't screaming about Jewish producer pedophiles at Christmas when people were eating turkey. It was just, you're like, hey, thanks for the socks. Appreciate it. Merry Christmas. And then later on, you have a few drinks and you go, so have you heard about Dan Schneider?
Right.
Turn it into a thing.
And
you gotta chill.
In a larger context, this is what I tell people when they come to me and they're like, dude, what do? I joined the army because I thought we were the good guys. I've killed people on behalf of these Satanists, this type of thing. And I'm like, I've heard that you just aren't leaving your house anymore. You're not doing the fun stuff you used to do. You're obviously fucking down this hole. That's what they want. They want you to be fucking it's all helpless and I'm just going to sit here and watch this horror unfold and do nothing. I'm like, the thing that these motherfuckers at top, the powers that be, don't want you to do is to fucking go out and have fun and hang out with girls and fucking have a good time and make friends and spread your network and show that, so that's the most powerful weapon against the enemy. And fucking Owen he's a powerful Jedi, but his mind is clouded by the dark side right now. That's tricking him and telling him to do this type of stuff. It's not good. And I will have to say, Owen, if you're watching this right now, you stay away from the greatest story never told. You do not go near that. Stay away from that. You can go all in on Flat Earth. You can do that. You stay away from greatest story never told.
Yeah, because he'll only be broadcasting from the Daily Stormer.
It's not good.
It's not.
Yeah, you're my new favorite person.
You know what?
It's not good.
We will happily have you. We gotta go. We're coming towards the end of the show. We happily will have you on anytime you want, sir.
It's been a pleasure, gentlemen.
This has been fun. Whenever you want to come back on,
shit.
you let us know. You are welcome anytime, sir.
Fuck.
What do you want to plug? Get your plugs out, of course.
Harrison H. Smith on Twitter. I have a YouTube with less than 1,000 followers, so you just have to search Harrison H. Smith.
Get him to 1,000,
and
folks.
Infowars, I'll be hosting. Monday will be my last day hosting the David Knight Show in the morning from 8 to 11. Then David Knight returns, and then we shall wait and see what comes next. Thanks,
Awesome,
y'all.
man.
This has been a blast.
Thank you so much, dude. We really appreciate it. All right, man. You're welcome anytime. See you, bud.